What's up, everyone? Today is November the 29th, 2018, and we are in our stock market daily recap, taking a look at the trades we made in the market today. Again, November the 29th, it's a Thursday. So let's take a look. We're first going to go into XOP. Okay, so in XOP, we'll go over here to the chart. We got into this trade on the 30th, which is right here, okay? And so the security moved all the way up to 38 and then back all the way down to 32. And we got out of the trade today here right in about a month's time. So as you can see, we only traded right here at 35. 1, 2, 3, 4 days of the entire month's worth of trading. We were able to take advantage of time decay. Remember, we brought in about $4 worth of credit. I think $4.15 or something like that. We'll take a look here in just a second. And so our break even was originally up here at 39, okay, where my cursor is. The other break even was down here at 31. And so these were our break evens. And so we never challenged our break evens. So we were able to not have to adjust this trade or really do anything with this trade, right? Because we never challenged our break evens. And so we were able to just let time decay continue to eke out of these options that we had sold. And then we were able to get out, right? So our strike is at 35. We're not even close to 35. We're still $1.75 away from 35, and we still made money on this trade, right? Beauty of staying neutral and not picking too much direction is exemplified right here. Because again, we only traded right there at 35 for about 4 or 5 days, depending on where you see this candle. And I don't even see this candle at 35 right here on the 19th. And so oil has, and all of its derivatives have been moving like crazy. And so we saw a 10% move to the top, followed by a 20% move down to the bottom, and we still made money on this trade. Beautiful thing about selling options. Okay. Let's go back. Let's take a look at UNG. All right, UNG's going to be really, really interesting. Okay, so really interested in UNG here. Okay, so UNG. Remember, we initially sold this 29, and you can actually even still see it in my thing. I've got a 0 position here, but so we have UNG right here, okay? UNG at 29, okay? So our put was there, and our put's literally worth nothing because the market is selling for 37. We had a little bit of value in there, but it wasn't worth us really doing anything with. And so we decided to roll our 29 put all the way up here to 34.5, which you can actually see right here on the risk diagram. So now we have a put that is significantly closer to the market. So we go back into here and we go into UNG. And so this shows us all of our positions in UNG. Okay, and so we brought in $4 worth of credit, added another $1.50 worth of credit, and 6. So this is $5.50 plus basically 7 gets us $12.50 worth of credit. Okay. So that we have $12.50 worth of credit to now essentially eke back out. And so as we are trying to close this position, now we know we have gotten $12.50 worth of credit. Now, if we get all of these were 2 and 3 position size contracts, positions. And so if we're able to close these collectively for $11 in a debit, it means we still collected $1.50 worth of credit, right? And then when we begin extrapolating out, I mean, from 29 all the way to 37, right, we're seeing what? 320, more than a 25% increase in UNG. And if we can say, I'm going to go neutral, right? I'm not going to pick market direction, but I'm going to say that it's going to be neutral. And the security moved 25%, and us still be in a position to make money, that's really, really good, okay? And so that's what we're going to play for. We're going to play for trying to get our debits of around probably $11. If we can get our debits for $11, it means we'll still bank $1.50 worth of credit on our overall position, okay? So we can still make a couple $100 on this trade, even though we were, wrong at the beginning. And this comes down to trade management, right? This comes down to adjusting positions when the market moves, okay? There was no reason to keep this put right here at 29. It was essentially worthless. I mean, let's go back and see how much it was worth. Okay, so we'll go back right here. So that put was worth 23 cents. And so the 34.5 cent strike is worth $1.73, and we are still so crazy far, right? We're still $3.50 basically from where $2.50 from where the security is trading, and we were still able to get $1.73 worth of total credit. And you take away the debit of 23 cents, and that gives us our $1.50. Okay, and so we basically collected an extra $1.50 of break even. Okay, so now we have $12.50 worth of credit to play with here, which means that we have to close these trades now. We have to think about where we're going to close these trades. Okay, and so as I think about that, it means that we're going to have to be a little bit creative. Okay, now when we go to close a trade, and this is kind of important, so pay attention. When we go to close this initial position over 29, we have went inverted by $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $5.50. Okay, and so when we have a put that's worth more than our call, okay, or not necessarily worth more than our call, but when we have a put that is at a higher strike than our call strike, it means we can never close that position for less than the width of the strikes. Okay, and so what I mean by that is the least amount of credit that I'm ever going to be able to close this 29 call and 35.5 put is going to be $5.50, because the difference between our call and our put is $5.50. And so the least I'm ever going to be able to close this position for is $5.50. Okay, and so when we've taken in that much credit, it's likely that we're going to lose on this particular part of our position. But this is why we ladder and take in additional credits, right? And so over 36, we have this position over 36 right here. And if we take away everything that is not just this position, right, all of a sudden we have crazy break evens and we're up $400 on just this position centered over 36. Okay, so what does that mean? It means when we go to close our position over 36, provided that we stay within our break evens here on this particular position, which are all the way down here, right, at 28, I'm going to let this position ride a little bit longer. Okay, I'm going to let this position ride a little bit past 25% because we've already adjusted the other side. Okay, and so now rather than 25% on both individual positions, I'm probably looking at 10% of the total credit that we've received. Okay, and so again, we've brought in $12.50, basically looking for $1.25. 10% of $12.50 is $1.25. And so $11 is probably where I'm going to try to do all of my debits and still get in about $1.50. Now, if this continues to move, and I have to continue to move up this strike over here to take in additional credit, that's going to change ultimately what my break evens are. Okay, but now I'm totally in the position of just really adjusting this particular trade. And so it says, right, it says that I only have a 22.76% probability of profit right up here at the top, but this is totally ignoring the fact that I've already brought in a significant amount of credit. Right, I've already banked some level of profit because I sold that 29 call, right? Sold the 29 or bought back the 29 put and resold that over 34. So this entire position, this initial credit that I took in on the put, I've banked. Right, I've already banked some level of credit, and so now I just got to continue to manage here, and that's where managing this particular position no longer becomes a good till canceled. Right, we no longer can just do good till canceled here. We have to really think and be strategic, and this is where the finesse part of this type of trading comes in. Okay, the finesse part comes in when we are adjusting strikes and adjusting and kind of moving with the markets. And that's where you go from, this being on autopilot to really thinking about what it is that we need to do to make this a profitable trade. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, reach out to me, and maybe I can do a lesson in a course that just looks at adjustments. Okay, we've already been at this for 10 minutes, so let's go ahead and get back to our account statement. USO. Okay, so let's take a look, and I'll show you what I'm looking at with USO. Okay, so here we are in our chart in USO. So what I want to show here is that I've been watching this whole moving average. Whole moving average is an indicator that I tend to really like. And so what we want to see was I wanted to be a little bit more sure that this bottom was in. Okay, I thought that it was trying to bottom in these couple of candles over the last couple of days, but then yesterday's candle was so awful, or yesterday's candle was just so awful that I certainly wasn't sure. When I put the trade on, we were trading for right at $11, and so actually if you put this trade on, you might have gotten a better credit than I did. I think I got, 14 cents, and so some of you all might have gotten 17, 18. I think I even saw it trading for 19 at some point today, and so some of you might got better credit than I did because we saw they give back a little bit of that credit. Volume was down, a little bit, but so here we are. I'm really looking for this whole moving average to change. I always say, don't speculate, trade what you see. I might have been early, but I really liked that we were up a little bit at 11. I did sell this all the way down at $10, and so I'm hoping that we're not going to be challenged down there at 10, and we can just let this position expire worthless in about 3 weeks. Okay, so that is it today. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at Ryan, RYAN, at SellThatOption.com. Apologies that this video was a little bit lengthy, but I do think there was a lot of good educational material, especially looking at that UNG trade. If you have any questions, like I said, reach out to me. Otherwise, as always, stay humble, stay hungry, and here's to our success. Awesome. So what you just saw was an example of a video that I send every single evening that I make an opening trade, a closing trade, or an adjusting trade to the members here at SellThatOption.com. I sincerely believe that when it comes to the stock market, right, there's so much misinformation out there that you have to have somebody, at least at the start, teaching you and guiding you and really getting you the behind the scenes information and really into the mindset of somebody that's figured it out and is successful. And so not only do I send a ton of educational content, I have these courses right here. I send the daily recap videos. I send the weekly strategy videos. I've got general knowledge base. I've got Udemy courses, right? But I want you to, when I'm able to talk about, right, the trades that I make and why I was making the trades that I was making, that is true education, right? That is education that it's not just me sending out what I'm doing and expecting you all to blindly follow that, right? That's literally the opposite of what I want to do, right? That's not what this is about. This is about true education. It's about truly teaching and saying, hey, this is what I was thinking. This is what I was seeing. And I sincerely believe that that's one of the most effective ways to really learn how to do this. Now, what I'd like for you to know is that first, visit my site. Go here to Stock Trading Services. If you'd like to join, right, use discount code YouTube, all lowercase, YouTube, and that's going to get you 50% off all of my services, okay? So, again, discount code YouTube for any of these potential stock trading services. So you're going to get my lifetime membership, 50% off, right? Yearly, quarterly, monthly, 50% off with the code YouTube. Follow me on social media via either on YouTube or in Twitter or on my Facebook or on my Instagram. Follow me on my social media platforms that you can see right up here in the corners. Okay, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. I'll add Instagram on there. But again, discount code 50% off YouTube. All right, if y'all have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at Ryan, RYAN, at SellThatOption.com. Again, 50% off code is YouTube, all lowercase. And if you have any questions at all, reach out to me. Otherwise, stay humble, stay hungry, and here's to our success.